them all off. And again, I think I miscast a third time, not with 2 dice, but on 3 dice. So game just turning really shocking at the moment. It's only going to be a matter of time before he makes it to my line. Next photo, we're going to skip this. I'll just tell you about this one. I told my friend who was watching the game to take the camera over to the other table where my buddy was playing with his ogres, and in a meantime game, you can see the minotaurs and the war ghosts surrounding these ogres and obliterating them. So that's what happened in this game. Anyway, back to the present game where the high elves are really in trouble. Again, I made an error. He actually moves his wraiths, depleted wraiths, having been shot by magic missiles, next to my archmage, and that allows him to use the banshee scream on the archmage, potentially killing it if he rolls high enough. That was an error by me. I didn't realize that he could have done that. I totally forgot about it. And luckily for me, in his shooting phase, he didn't roll high enough to wound the archmage, but it could have been instant death for the archmage there. So that was a shocker, and she has to take a terror test now. So yeah, not playing my best, and the luck really hasn't been serving me well. So it's going to be a tough last few turns. Next photo, what you're seeing here is that the ghouls are closing all around the side of the white lines. I've got the Vargolf in the flank, as well as the Fellbat are ready to strike. Vargolf's got a couple of wounds left. In the far background, my Dragon Princes have been surrounded by Fellbats and so forth, and the ghouls have turned to face me. So really, I have the only option of sort of turning around and fighting a combat there. What I should have done is should have just marched past that impassable terrain and kept going around the side. But again, played badly here. I can't completely blame my luck. Although this game would be a lot closer if I'd been able to get some better spells off, killed the Vargolf and wasted the Wraiths, which I certainly had the potential to. I still made some mistakes, and yeah, the game would have been closer with better luck, but as it stands, I'm in a very dire situation. Next photo, on the right-hand side flank, he's just continually moving back with his guys, so I'm just keeping my guys going forward. The Eagles fled off the board, and just want to get both chariots in range and then charge with the Dragon Princes, hopefully nuke that ghoul unit, something I should have done a couple of turns ago. Next photo, we finally get to the turn in which I do that, and one chariot's out of range, but the other chariot is in range, just balancing one chariot on the hill on top of the spell cards. But let me tell you how this combat went. There's a unit champion in there, and the unit champion was attacking the ghoul champion, and I had another 8 attacks from the Dragon Princes. That's 11 attacks all up. I got 2 impact hits with the chariot, resulting in, I think, 1 kill. And the Dragon Princes attacked like 11 times and got 2 hits. I rolled 1s and 2s for everything else, and I was like, oh, damn it. Resulting in the kills of like several ghouls, maybe 2 or 3 with the horses in there. And he attacks back, and I don't know if he got too many casualties, maybe he killed one, but I was expecting to really trash that unit with the Dragon Princes, needing 3s to hit and 3s to kill each ghoul. And I could have really done some serious damage there, especially with the chariot inside as well, but oh man, the luck for this game has just been appalling, and of course I don't win the combat. So next turn, we're going to go back to the main center of the action. Next photo, rather. The Archmage has retreated to the repeater bolt thrower crew. The Wraiths can't see anything because the forest's blocking the sight. The white lines are pulled back a bit. The Dragon Princes have just turned, and they're going to face the ghouls and just fight them in combat. Archers are picking away at the Fellbats, but they're probably going to get charged themselves at some stage. And that's really all I can do. I mean, with this kind of ghoul army, you get cramped in, and unless you can fight them in close quarters combat, you've got to try and delay them and march block them and go around the sides. But I have not really achieved that this game, and I'm quite disappointed about that. Next photo, you can see the combat raging on here in his turn, and or in whatever's going on. But really, just nothing being achieved by these Dragon Princes. The ghouls being raised back by Invocation and a Heck every so often, and really not achieving much, but they do look cool. I've got to say that it's a very good-looking game, and kudos to my opponent for having such a great-looking army, and I think you'll agree the Dragon Princes are looking pretty cool as well. Next photo, back over to the other side, just another photo of what's going on here. You can see what's about to happen. The Dragon Princes are lined up for a charge with the ghouls, and the Fellbats are stopping them from going anywhere else, so that's what's happening next. There are 2 direwolves in the foreground here being shot up previously, but there they go. Next photo, the Vargolf bearing down on the white lines with the 2 mages facing off, actually managed to fire some magic missiles off and finally kill it. I threw God knows how much stuff at that thing, but finally knocked it out, so that's a good chunk of points keeping me back in the game. But yeah, Had I not killed it, I think I would have been in a lot of trouble with the Vargolf in the white lines as well. Next photo, direwolves in the flank now with the chariot, so I'm likely to get outnumbered easily, and with the flank charge, it's going to be pain. Ghouls clambering over the hill here, so I'm going to have to retreat with this chariot, so nothing, there's no way the Dragon Princes and the chariot are going to hold. If they did, I'd be able to charge the direwolves in the flank with the chariot in the foreground, but yeah, not going to happen. Next photo, the Vampire Lord's unit moving straight in front of the white lines, and the Wraiths moving directly in front of the Archmage and accompaniment. So that's what's happened there. And again, the Scream goes off, but I've joined the characters the Repeater Bolt Thrower crew, so the Scream damage will be spread out. Still doesn't achieve anything, so I'm fine. And the Vampire Lord just sitting there, not even bothering to Van Helsing into my unit, so I'm just waiting out. I've got a guy with Killing Blow, Talisman of Loic there, so that's kind of kept him afraid for now. Next photo, the archers just get swarmed by Fellbats in his falling turn, and he charges my Dragon Princes with the ghouls, rather than the other way around, of course. And this is brutal. The archers just get massacred by the Fellbats. Even they attack back with 10 attacks, I think it was. Always strikes first. I think I got like 1 wound. So again, fluffed the attacks completely. Just got butchered. Excuse the sneeze. But yeah, just couldn't roll to save myself here in this corner. Meantime, the ghouls lashing at the Dragon Princes. I did do decently well in that combat. Destroyed a huge chunk of ghouls and managed to survive for a bit. Let's go to the next photo. Again, white lines bearing down on the Vampire Count General, not deciding to charge the white lines just yet. Unfortunately, luck has run out for the Elf Mages. The remaining Wraiths charge the Archers, and now I'm absolutely screwed because I've got no magical attacks in that unit. I don't even have Far's Illumination, the spell in the Law of Light. Only saving grace here is that I was able to challenge his Banshee with my Archmage, preventing the Archmage from being killed here. And he fluffed his attacks a little bit and managed to keep me in combat for a round, so if I can get a Cleansing Flare off, it could do some damage. Cool photo this, though. It's looking pretty good. Looking very colourful. Next photo, the Dragon Princes have been beaten in combat by the ghouls, fled, rallied again, and now they're being charged a final time in the corner there, and they're going to have to try and hold their own. Next photo, the Wraiths are chewing away the Arch unit. I did manage to get Cleansing Flare or something off, and it's down to just 1 Banshee and 1 Wraith, and they've killed the level 2 Mage that was there on the corner, but the Archmage has survived because the Banshee can't, isn't able, it just keeps failing her rolls to kill her. It's the final turn of the game, turn 6. There hasn't been a combat with the White Lions. He was just too afraid to charge them with my Noble there with the White Sword, and he's moved into the forest instead, just to get range on everything, all the spells, but let's go to the final photo where the Flying Vampire leaves the unit just to get in range to try and cast Invocation of Heck on the Wraiths. And yeah, he brings some of the Wraiths back, but still doesn't beat the unit in combat, and the Archmage survives, managed to keep her points alive, so really relieved that happened, managing to keep me back into the game in terms of victory points. Final photo here, very blurred, but the ghouls are just blistering away at the Dragon Princes, and the game ends, I think, before anything decisive happened there. I can't really remember whether I fled, but it was a brutal combat nonetheless. I think I actually wiped out half their unit, got them down to about 5 ghouls. Didn't kill the character though, and my BSB was killed by his vamp or something like that. But that's the end of the game, guys, and I lost this game, not by a huge massacre. It was a significant victory for my opponent. I thought he played very well. I thought I made several important mistakes. I've already told you what those mistakes are, and you'll have seen them. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys with a loss for the very first High Elf Battle Report. This is actually the first time I've lost with the High Elves. Kudos to my opponent for winning. Curse my bad luck for really having just shocking rolls, especially that big battle with the ghouls, miscasting several times this game, and 2 of them on just 2 dice spell rolls. And that made me very angry, but hopefully things will pick up elsewhere in the tournament. Anyway, guys, keep your eyes peeled for the further battle reports coming up. And good luck to the Vampire Counts guy for the rest of the games that he's about to embark on. See you guys shortly.